All right, guys, this is going to be a really good video. This is really educational, what I'm about to show you. This title of this video is, are the casinos cheating in bubble craps or craps, okay? Are those dice rigged on a craps table? Sometimes it seems like it is, because sometimes the 7-out ratios are just absolutely insane. Sometimes it seems like you just can't win playing against the casino on a dice table, and then you go home and you play on your home table and you win all the time. So is those dice rigged? They're built differently. They have drilled holes, and those holes are filled. They claim that they measure or they weigh them, and they have it, make sure they're not lopsided, you know, leaning towards one side or the other. So they claim that they're perfectly legal. A lot of you guys on the bubble craps machine assume that the bubble craps machines are rigged. All right, enough of all that. So here's the reality, okay? Here is the reality. The casinos don't need to cheat. They don't need to cheat, because there's too many people who, when they do win, they just keep playing until they lose. The mathematical of the game always gives the house an edge. Even if you do win, they know you're going to come back because you think you're going to keep winning and winning and winning. Now, you're going to run into some very smart, very strict, and very experienced gamblers once in a while. I'm going to be one of those people, all right? Now, there's going to be an advantage to somebody like me over an average person, or somebody who thinks that they're a good gambler, but they're really not. There's going to be a huge advantage for someone like me. So what happens is, a lot of times, is when I help people become a better gambler, it's because I'm basically fixing their mistakes, and I'm giving them tips and tricks that will increase their ability to be more successful. It doesn't mean I'm a psychic and I know if it's going to be banker or player, or even if I'm a really skilled dice shooter and I can control my dice, it doesn't mean that I can avoid a 7. I don't know when the 7 is going to come. I can do things that I can do that will give me a better 7-out ratio, which means that I'm going to have a higher percentage chance of winning. Okay, along with other skills that I have in the game. All right. Now today, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to always double check the mathematical math of 7 outs. When you are on a regular craps table, or you are on a bubble craps machine, on the bubble craps it shows you all the history at the bottom. All you have to do is count the last 80 rolls and see how many 7s hit out of those 80 rolls. If you have a calculation of around 12 to 14 7s out of 80 rolls, your calculation, if you divide those together, you divide the 7s and you divide the total rolls. If you do that, you're going to come up with your calculation. If your calculation is around the 16.66%, if it's a little lower than that, that means that you're doing better than average. If it's higher than that, and it's past the 18, 19, 20, that's very high. So you would have to calculate it again on the next 80 rolls. Okay? The only thing that matters is the 7-out ratio. Now, a lot of you guys think you got it all figured out by saying, oh, if I see a lot of 7s, I'm just going to play the don't pass. No, it doesn't work. That is not going to work, because you're going to lose on come outs to 7s and 11s. And just because you're rolling a lot of 7s, the point is an 8, and boom, an 8 is rolled and you lose your money on the don't pass. So that's not going to protect you. The don't pass is just another mathematical advantage for the casino. That's all it is. All right? So don't think that that's going to solve your problems, because it's not. All right. So what we're going to do, Jimmy's Way is going to give you a great chance to win. Another great way that you can do it, I'm not going to share this with the other great way with you, because that's going to go into a little booklet that I'm giving to people that gamble with Jimmy for a couple hours at their casino. So if I go to a casino to meet you in person, you're gambling with Jimmy. That's the name of the channel, Gamble with Jimmy. You're now going to be able to gamble with me. I'm going to be traveling around the entire country. I already have 6 people scheduled. So if you want to play with me, and I'll show you everything, you're going to get this little packet. This little packet's going to show you to focus on these 4 or 5 things every single time. That alone is going to completely change your bankroll. Just doing that, as long as you follow the rules. Okay, so when I'm there with you in person, I'm going to evaluate your game and I'm going to help you fix your game. I'm going to show you all the things you're doing wrong. If you're doing everything right, I'm going to be like, wow, that's freaking fantastic. You're on the right track. Maybe you should do this, 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 and this. I'm going to help you no matter what. So I'm going to be going to New York, and then I'm going straight to Vegas, and I'm also going to North Carolina. Those are the first 3 states that I have to go. If you're in those states, you can go to my website and book me to play with you one-on-one for that particular day. It's not going to be like the whole day for 8 hours. It's probably going to be maybe 3 to 4 hours, which is plenty of time for you to have with me. You're going to know a lot. Maybe it stretches to 4 hours where we have some dinner. I don't know. Whatever. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get started. But if you want to book it. Like I said, I've already have 6 bookings, and I'm going to be doing it throughout for now on, because it matches the name of the channel, Gamble with Jimmy. I'm now going to be gambling with my subscribers in private sessions together at your local casino. It's cheaper if you happen to be in Tampa, because you could come to my casino. But most of you guys so far, matter of fact, all 6 people who booked are all out of state. So each one of those are having me go to their casino. So that's totally fine. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and work to come out. Now, you don't have to work to come out. Now, you can also just start with this inside if you want. Okay, now when you get a hit, let's put this to leave bets up. If you get a hit, okay, you're going to press your 6 and your 8. Okay, you're going to press your 6 and 8. How many rolls have we had? 1. If we took that roll off, the shooter's already rolled 1 good roll. You're going to be lucky to get 6 good rolls. And on some of those good rolls, it's going to be a 12, an 11, a 3, a 2. And those are good rolls that you have, unfortunately for you, you're not making any money on. So sometimes working to come out is the way to go sometimes, okay? You don't have to, but it does seem to improve our win rate. All right, so now we're going for roll number 2. Okay, that's 2 rolls. Now, because I didn't have all the way across, we just missed out on a $20 and a good roll. Okay, so that's 2 good rolls. Okay, we got 3 good rolls right there. Okay, now if I come down, we are already up $25. All right. So we've had 3 good rolls, right? 3 good rolls. So now I'm going to go ahead and go on the 6 and 8. And we're going for 4 good rolls. And we got it. Okay. I'm going to clear this. Here comes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we had 11 good rolls. We're going to write down 11 good rolls. Okay, now, and only 1 7. All right, now I'm going to let you know right now that is a hell of a ratio. Okay, that is about what I'm averaging with my 3-1 controlled dice set. That is pretty strong. Okay, so if you see your Bubble Craps machine do that, where you got 11 rolls and only 1 7, write it down. Okay, so now you've monitored 12 rolls, but I need you to go to 80 rolls on the history, okay, and analyze it. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Are we going to work to come out? let's not. Okay, we missed out on a win, and we missed out on a good roll. That's one roll, okay? So we're going to go, this time we're going to add our 10. Okay, we only got one good roll with that one. Okay, and now we calculated that. So we had one good roll, and we had, bear with me. I'm writing down on my little calculation here. One roll. Okay, sorry about that. I screwed up over on my paperwork. Okay, here we go. All right, so this time we're not gonna work to come out. Okay, we're not gonna work to come out. All right, he's already had 2 successful rolls. You have to count those as 2, even though you didn't make any money. Sometimes not working that come out can come back to haunt you. Okay, here we go. 3 good rolls. Let's press our 6 and 8. Let's add our 10. Okay, we don't have the 4, so we're not going to get credit for that. That's 4 good rolls he has already. 4 good rolls. So we're gonna go ahead and be off here. Okay, we're gonna be off on the come out. All right, so he's got 5 good rolls so far. So we're gonna come down. All right. I don't know why we're only up $22. That's weird. Okay, we have 5 good rolls. 6, 7, and that was the come out. That's 8 good rolls. All right, he had 8 good rolls. All right, so 8 rolls and 1 more 7. That puts us at 3 7s, okay? All right, we'll analyze this at the end of our session, okay? And I've already told you what the winning formula is. It's between 15% to 18% ratio, okay? Anything lower than 15 is even better. 15 is the absolute worst ratio that you can ask for. It's the absolute, we're going to just use it as 15 to 18%. Anything below 15% is even better for you. You're going to win even more money, okay? So you don't got to worry about that. All right, so let's go ahead. This time, we're going to go ahead and work the come out. Oh, we have it set to off, so I guess we won't. Okay, let's go ahead and load these guys up. We have 1 good roll so far. We won't do the 10. Okay, that's 2 good rolls, and unfortunately, it was the point again. So you want to hope that this is a 7. Okay, it's not. It's a 10. All right, so that's the 3rd good roll, and there's your 7. So he had 3 good rolls, and he added another 7. So he's at 4 7s already. All right, now we're still in profit, so we're going to go ahead and stay at the same level. Now this time, well, I guess we can't do it because I have the settings set to no working on come outs. All right, here we go. All right, he had 1 good roll, and he had another 7. So he's already at 5 7s already. Now, this is where everybody starts thinking that the Bubba Craps is cheating. This is exact same thing on a regular dice table. These dice are rigged. Okay, this is where everybody starts thinking it. All right. All right, so here you go again. You're going to be off. Okay, that's 1 good roll. Two good rolls, pressure 6 8. 3 good rolls, pressure 5 9. And we didn't get it. Okay, so we only had 3 good rolls. And he added another 7. Now he's at 6. All right, we're going to go up to the next level. Okay, we're going to be off. 1 good roll. Okay, we're going to just go up a unit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go all the way across this time. Here we go. We got 1 good roll. 2 good rolls, pressure 6 8. Now when you press, you double it, okay? You double whatever the bet was. So we went from 15 to 30, okay? Here we go. We got 2 good rolls. There's 3 good rolls. Now do the same on your 5 and 9. They should be 35. Okay. Here we go. 3 good rolls. 4 good rolls. And we'll go ahead and come down. All right. So we pretty much almost got our money back. All right. We can't afford to stay out there. We finally had a successful one. All right. So we had 4, or what do we have? 4 good rolls there. Okay. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rolls so far, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 rolls. That's insane. That was insane. Okay? So now the problem with that is we were not betting. We were not betting at all. That is going to come back to haunt us. Okay? So the one time we have a long roll, we're not even betting. That would be a big problem. Okay? Now, we don't care. All we care about is whether we win money or not. Okay? That's all we care about. Okay? Here we go. 1. I'm back to level 1. I'm going to go all the way across this time. Okay, there's 2. That was the point. There's 3. And there's 4. Now he's already had 4 good rolls, and all I did was win 1 time. I'm going to press this. And so when I take off on the come out, I'm giving up good rolls. The whole concept is try to get your money where he has only hit 4 or 5 good rolls and you're already down. Okay, boom. I only need to press my 5 and my 9, and I'm looking for 1 more hit, and I got it. So I'm going to be out of trouble. Okay, I am going to go ahead and wager on my 6 and 8. Okay, that's about 7 good rolls. He had 7 good rolls. Okay, 7 rolls. And we added 1 more 7. He's at 8. Okay. So let's go ahead. This time, let's go ahead and work the come out. Now we're up $28. All right. It won't let me work the come out for some reason. All right. Here we go. That's 1 good roll. Okay. Here we go. 1 good roll. 2 good rolls. 3 good rolls. 4 good rolls, guys. Just like that. 4 good rolls. Okay, so you're not counting how many hits you get. Doesn't really matter how many hits you get. What I like to do is I like to start with this inside. All right. When I'm losing, I add the 4 and the 10 as well. I'll go all the way across because these 4s and 10s build up money really quick. If you hit a 4 or 10 on the first hit or the second hit, it presses this faster. Okay. The faster you press these, the better. But you want to try to use casino money to do the pressing or come close to casino money. The faster that you get these pressed, the better. The less rolls you need. That's a huge difference. Okay? So you've already got 4 successful rolls, and now you're out, and you're just going to depend on the 6, 8 here. So you got 4 good ones. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to pull that down. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, guys. So we're getting some massive rolls with this shooter or with this session. Massive rolls, all right? So his 7-out ratio is going to be pretty darn good. And we're up $118, okay? Now, even though we literally missed both of those long rolls. So those long rolls are only going to help with the 7-out ratio, but they didn't do anything for us financially because we were not playing them, all right? When you get up more in profit, I'm showing you a way to build your bankroll. But when you get up more in profit, you can leave those out there a little longer to get those extra hits on when you're pressing. instead of you getting like where you're at 4 or 5 good rolls, you might push them to 8 or 9 good rolls and then come down. Okay. If you're really way up in profit, and you want to just keep pressing it or just leave it out there. Maybe you get a shooter that rolls 24 rolls like we had. You get a 24 roller and all your numbers are pressed and you just are just collecting over and over on every roll. Guys, we'd be up at $700 right now. All right, let's play a little longer, okay? Let's go ahead and wait for the come out. Okay, there's one good one. All right, now here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use all of my profit right now. I'm going to max out my bets. I'm going to use all of my profit right now. Boom. We're down to $3, okay? The only thing I didn't pump up was my 4 and 10, all right? So he's got one good roll. Let's hope this guy can go on 11 rolls. Here we go. Oh, that's a good number. Okay, that's 2 good rolls. 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's press this. All right, we're back to the $7 over our thing. All right, we're going to try to get 2 more hits. See what happens sometimes when you do it? Now you're only up $7. So he did about 6 rolls there. I don't even think he got 6. I think he got 5, but we'll give him credit for 6. All right, so we got another 7. All right, now we don't have any more money. We're even. So now we're going to go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10, 10. We're going to go all the way across. He's got one good roll. 2, 3, 4, that was the point. 5, 6. Okay, that's the average. That's 16.66% right there. Okay, so we're right now, all of this money, we're basically, we'd be down a little bit. So we're going to have to clear this. And now we're up $66. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to try to see what the 6 and 8 can do. If we get 2 hits, we're going to pull it down. Okay. Okay, he's at about 7 rolls. 8, 9, 10. All right, unfortunately, we lost our money. So he's at 11 sevens, and he was at 10 rolls there. All right, so we did make $46 back from that shooter, even though we lost the 6-8. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use our 46 here. All right, that's a 7, so we got to count another 7. So that was 0, but we don't lose there. Sometimes you want those 7s to be when you're not involved. Okay, so that's one good roll. Okay, that's all we can do. Okay, that's 2 good rolls. 3 good rolls. 4 good rolls. Let's clear it. We're at 106. So now we have more power. Okay, we'll go here and here. We're at 6 good rolls. 6 good rolls he got. Okay, so we'll go 6 rolls. Add another 7. He's at 13. Okay, let's do it again. We're up $86. And we're going to go ahead and max this bad boy with the profits. Okay, we got $26 more to use. Okay, and 5 more. That's it. We're even. Here we go. Nah, dude rolled one good roll. One good roll. Bad timing. All right, that's 14 sevens. Okay, we don't have the ability to go higher right now. That's one good roll. That's 2 good rolls. Three, 4, 5, 6. Nope, 6 good rolls. Okay, so all you got to do when you're at the casino on Bubble Craps, or take a little paper and pad on the live table, keep track of this every 80 rolls, and you're going to know. You might have one bad time with the 80 rolls, but you keep doing it. You want to look at the overall mathematical average of the 7-out ratio. So if you get 2 different times that you did this test, 80 rolls and then 80 rolls, you got 160 rolls and then figure it out that way, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do it again. Now we're down now on the session. There's 1 good roll. Two good rolls. 3 good rolls. 4 good rolls. Okay, we're up 20. 4 good rolls. 5 good rolls. 5 good rolls. All right, so you had 5. And he's already at 16 sevens. All right. So, all right, now we're up $11. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and just do the inside. Okay, that's 2. Only got 2 good rolls, guys. All right, so 2 good rolls. We're at 17 sevens. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go to the next level. He's got 1 good roll so far. We're going to go all the way across. I'm going to the next level. Okay, that's 2 good rolls. 3 good rolls. 4 good rolls. 5. 6. We're up 53. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10 good rolls there, guys. All right, we're going to end it right there. All right, we're going to end it right there. So we had a total of 18 sevens, okay? All right, we made $76. So what we want to do is we want to calculate what the 7-out ratio was. Now keep in mind, guys, we had 2 long rolls, 24 rolls and 16 rolls, and we did not capitalize on those at all. And those are actually going to make it his 7-out ratio look better than it looked better because he had those 2 long rolls in this session. It's not the computer's fault or the Bubble Craps machine's fault that we did not capitalize on that, okay? And it's like I told you, who cares? The bottom line is you just got $76 for free. So what I'm more interested in is calculating what is my success rate based on the 7-out ratio of me playing this particular way, okay? So we're going to go ahead and calculate the math on this. Shoot, I don't have my, where the hell's my phone? Hold on. All right, I'm going to calculate it on the computer here with you guys because I'm going to just calculate calculator. You see all my stock research calculator. Where's my calculator? All right, calculator. All right, you guys can see the calculator. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add up every one of these rolls. Okay, he had 11 plus 9. He really had 1 and then 8, so we'll just go 9. Okay, plus, okay, this is 7. I just calculated 3 at one time. Okay, 24 and 7. Okay, so that's 31. Okay, 16. 16 again. Okay. Then he had, wow, we played a long time. So then he had 13. because it was 6, 1, and 6. And then he had 17 is another 3. And let's see what he's got. Oh, wow. So we did it over 120 roll test, okay? So our end result was 120 good rolls, and he had 18 sevens. Okay, so he had 18 sevens here. Okay, that's wrong. That's wrong. I calculated it wrong. Hold on. So we're going to go, let's go 18 divided by 120. Yeah, 0.15%. Okay, so guess what? His 24 long rolls and his 16 long rolls, even though we did not calculate, we did not take advantage of those, all right? He threw better than average. He was throwing, this machine threw 1/7 every 6.5 rolls. He beat the average by a half of roll. So obviously there's no such thing as a half, but it calculates mathematically. Okay, let's just say he threw 1/7 out of every 7 rolls. Okay, so what did I tell you? That you will win between, if you go between 15 to 18%. All right. Now the reason why that you're saying, well, wow, we only won $76, but we were at that 15%. 15 is better than 18. How can we win at 18%? Well, that's easy. We're going up on our bet sizes. And keep in mind, he had 40 rolls. I'm going to repeat this again. He had 40 rolls out of the 120 that we did not bet. 40 of the good rolls we did not bet. The 24 roller and the 16 roller, we watched it happen. So technically, that means that I told you his 7-out ratio is going to look better than it was. And it just proves that we're going to be successful between 15% to 18%. So if you are suspicious of when you play, all you have to do is keep the book, the little notepad on where you're playing. Every single roll, write down the roll, like good roll. You can even write down what it was. You can keep track of that as well if you want to. And you can keep track of every time it's a 7, you write how many 7s, and that's all you do. That's all you got to do. Because if your ratio is within that 15 to 18% after 80 rolls with your live casino or your bubble craps machine, they are not cheating. It's not cheating. Now, if it's a horrible ratio and you've got like a 25%, you got to be fair and go ahead and do it on another 80 rolls. Because your next 80 rolls might be an improvement. So you're never going to be able to say, oh, well, on this particular day, the casino threw 30% 7s. Man, that can happen sometimes. It's just like sometimes seeing, if you see 5 7s in a row, that's going to be a really high 7-out ratio. If it continues to do 2-3 times in a row, or you get this unlucky streak of 7s. It's not like 7s can't get hot. I mean, you see 6s and 8s get hot. You see 5s get hot, So overall, that would just give you a good indication, though, of being able to analyze that, okay? All right, guys. So that's going to complete today's video. Like I said, if you guys want to gamble with me for at least 4 hours, 5 hours at your local casino, for those of you that are out there listening that watch me all the time, and you're in New York, or you're in Vegas, or you're in North Carolina, those are the first 3 states that I'm heading to. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And that's at gamblewithjimmy.com. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Give me a like for the video. And I am going to be rolling out a session for you guys tonight on my craps table. We're going to go ahead and play Pimps and Hoes, because I have removed Pimps and Hoes from private. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it to you guys, because I've put some different strategies up on my website. I'm going to be adding some new strategies to my website that are private. But the Pimps and Hoes will be shown tonight, and we'll roll that out tonight. Okay? So look for that video as well. Thanks, guys. You have a wonderful day.